I just want like you to know that whenever I look like nice from here, like it's like, oh, she did her makeup, she put on like she's wearing clothes. I'm not, because hey guys, it's me, Alyssa. Okay, so first off, I want to preface this video by saying that I am not ungrateful at all for this camp. I didn't have to pay for anything. My choir program paid for me to go. If they didn't, it would have been like a lot of money. The camp was great. The teachers were great. I learned a lot of great things. I learned a lot of things about my voice. We made beautiful music. Overall, it was a good camp. But these camp counselors were not it. Let me just set the scene. So every year, if you're not in choir, just so you know, we do like a competition called All-State. And so basically you're going up to compete against all these really great singers in the state of Texas. At this camp, we were going to learn the audition music that we were going to be singing. So the kids that got chosen to go to this camp hopped on a bus and we headed off to go to this college. It was really cool. Like, we got to stay in the dorms and everything. It was nice. Camp counselors were not. And you know what, let me just, it's not even that they weren't nice. Some of them were cool. I don't know, like, if they just didn't want to be a camp counselor for this. I mean, they were also in the choir program at this school, but they were just kind of jerks. They would host games. We had a rec night and they would watch us. We had a camp counselor on our floor to make sure we were all okay, and if we need anything, we'd go to them. Apparently ours didn't get the memo that they were supposed to be nice and help us. She helped us, just without the nice part. We'll get there. So one of the things that I just remember vividly was how many times this one guy would say, he was like, I guess he was like the head the head camp counselor, and he was just kind of a jerk. And it seemed like every time we would get out of hand, or they were just giving us a warning, like let's say we weren't even doing anything, we're just kind of listening to them, he would just throw out the, and if you do anything that you're not supposed to do, I will make sure that the rest of your time here is not fun and everything goes wrong for you. Excuse me, what? Any chance he got, he was making sure, like, just so you know, if you do anything or you cuss or you screw up or you're doing what you're not supposed to do, I will make sure that I just make this a living hell. Why would you say that? I was like, why do you have to say that? One of the rules was to always keep track of your key to your room. Duh, of course. So we had finished with all our camp stuff and singing and everything. We were going back to our rooms, we're getting ready for bed. And during somewhere in all of the hanging out, the girls across the hall that we had become friends with, they got locked out of their room. And so they're like, oh my god, what do we do? I don't want to get in trouble. And they're like, well, they said if we get locked out to go to them and tell them so that they can help us. So that's what they did. It was pretty late. It was maybe like 10, 11, I don't really remember, but it was around that time. And we were out there for a very long time. I say we because we didn't want to leave our new friends outside in the hall by themselves, because we were like, I mean, let's just all hang out. So instead of all of us going into one room, all the girls that came from my school, we all went outside into the hall and sat with those girls, and we all just talked. And I don't, ooh, what is this? It wasn't like a crap ton of us, like it wasn't 40 girls out in the hall, but it was 6 of us, maybe 8. So we all went and we're sitting in this hall and we're waiting for, you know, the locksmith to come and open her door. And it's just taking a really long time and we're confused and we're like, did they forget about us? Like, we don't know what to do. At one point, it was getting pretty late. I don't remember how long we stayed out there, but it was getting pretty late. And the camp counselor comes down the hall and she's like, oh, just so you know, like, the locksmith said that they're on their way. And so we're like, oh, okay. And I think I asked, or someone else, I think I asked, or maybe someone else did, but I remember saying, do you know how long it's gonna be? Because it's late, dude. Like, when I go back on my Snapchat memories, it was midnight and she was just tired or something. Maybe she was having a bad night, I don't know. But I remember saying, I don't know. And I just asked you a question and I remember thinking that I didn't recognize the camp counselor outside of her like uniform, so I thought it was just another kid. Like I was just like, okay, well, you're a jerk. Later it hit me and I was like, that was the camp counselor. Why did you just cuss at me? But eventually the locksmith comes and lets them in at whatever o'clock in the morning. It was very, very, very late. So the next day we always have a like a roll call so they can make sure everyone's still here and whatever. We all go and meet outside of our counselor's door so that she can come out. She calls roll, whatever, and then we go and go off and do whatever the heck we want. I remember her saying like not all of y'all needed to be outside in the hallway when it was only 2 girls that got locked out of their room and whatever. And she said, you know, it's kind of intimidating for someone to walk up to a group of like 8 girls. And I remember thinking that's kind of the whole point. You know, greater in numbers kind of thing. And if you're in college scared of some high school kids, that sounds like a personal problem. I don't, you know, and I was like, first of all, you cussed at me. Like, and she did say, she was like, I get that y'all were there for like moral support or whatever, but you didn't need to do that. And I was like, you clearly did not have the right friends and you still don't have the right friends. That's a personal issue. Do not come at me with that. Like, what if this man that came up was like, ooh, little girls, you know, like, it makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Because it didn't make sense to her. So that is it for this video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're feeling great, and if you're not, then hope that tomorrow goes a lot better for you. I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye. Crazy mother.